There is actually a sing-along part if you want to. It's kind of a kumbaya thing. Love shines all around us. Love shines from within every day. Love shines all around us. Love shines every day. So if you feel like you want to jump in, it's just at the end. So, you know, don't worry, you can't ruin the song. It's good. And again, it's called Beauty. Take a moment to feel your breath. Feel your spirit come alive. Feel the energy rising up inside, growing strong from deep within. With your inner light shining oh so bright, you're beautiful. With your inner light shining oh so bright, you're beautiful. Take a moment to touch your dreams. Hold that image in your mind. With shining vision, all you awoke to see. Dawning like a new sunrise. With your inner light shining oh so bright, you're beautiful. With your inner light shining oh so bright, you're beautiful. Here's your kumbaya. Love shines all around us. Love shines from within every day. Love shines all around us. Love shines from within every day. Thank you.
I so appreciate the opportunity to get to speak and share. And something happens when we're called forth into service. Service of all kinds, whether it is greeting people at the door or setting up the room, making music. It takes us to a different place. And so I'm grateful to get called into this place in myself, because I think it's something that brings out the best in people. And this morning I'm going to be speaking about beauty, because we have a theme for the month, and this month it is beauty. And when I started thinking about it, there's so many different things we could talk about, and particularly inner beauty, which is normally where I would go. But our colleague, Reverend Doug Craig, is going to be talking about inner beauty next week. So I'm over here today, and I'm going to talk about beauty as a connection to the divine. And what I mean by that is I think that beauty is a doorway to experiencing God, Spirit, love, light, because it's a tactile experience. Beauty has a vibration to it. If you notice it, it is an experience when you see it and you know it and you feel it. So I've got a couple of slides here. I've got Bob over there to help me. Okay, though it's a wintry scene, is it not still beautiful? So I want you to just take a moment and just be with that. Could easily be in our own mountains here in Banff. And as you see the light and snow, do not experience, there's an experience to it, isn't there, when you see beauty? And that's what I mean by it being tactile. You experience it. And the next one, Bob? Right. Now a summer scene. Flowers, water, sky. Again, an experience of beauty. And as we look at that, there's kind of an awareness, right? You feel like a little brighter, a little lighter. There's an energy to it. I think we have one more. And then as we move into fall and we see the beauty and the colors of fall. So when we have beauty like this, and right now we have this tremendous opportunity to immerse ourselves in all kinds of things through the internet. And I propose that we spend a little time each day immersing ourselves in beauty, because there's a lot of adanas that we can look at. But when we take time to go into beauty, which is very easily accessible through the internet and pictures, there is an experience we have. But it's kind of flat, isn't it? It's just one dimension. It's like, oh, that's a nice picture. But what happens when you go into nature? I think nature, of course, is our biggest source of beauty, natural beauty. And we've all had that experience. And I know for me, one of the most amazing times I had was I think it was still in high school, and my family went to Hawaii. And living on the bald prairies in the cold winter, and we got on this airplane, and we lifted up, and we flew in, and we landed, and the doors opened, and just this wave of warm air came. It was like, wow, and it was moist, and it was soft. It was such a tactile experience, and everything in the airport was beautiful. How could an airport be beautiful? There was no doors. It was wide open. There was trees, the palm trees, the flowers, and people came up with these leis of flowers, and this fragrance was extraordinary. I was like, I literally, even though I was a teenager who was, holding their emotions at bay, I was moved to tears. It was so engaging and enlivening and beautiful, and I was in awe that somewhere like this existed. Have you had that experience of something, somewhere, in a moment in time when nature has taken you to that place inside yourself? And to me, that's the doorway to the divine. In that moment, I feel connected to God, to spirit, to love. It takes us out of our intellectual mind and opens our hearts in ways that is extraordinary. And so I think that there is no accident, unless of course we lose all our clothing in the middle of the thing. It was a little less beautiful. I think it's one of the gifts of spirit. We have challenges living here. And so when we can use beauty to nurture ourselves, to center ourselves, to feel the love and the light that we really are, it's a powerful thing. And I'd like to talk about how we can do that in our lives. And this is not new. This has been known, through the millennials. And all the different cultures are aware of this. Think of the beautiful costumes in Africa. You know, the headdresses, the colors, the flares. Every culture, every place has a way of expressing beauty that's often linked to their form of spirituality, of their form of some call it worship, some call it expressing the divine, to be in the flow of life and that vitality. And so human beings, even though we can't always be that observant, sometimes we are. When buildings were going to be created for spiritual purposes or religious purposes, they too used beauty. Think of the magnificent cathedrals in Europe. I have not been to them, but I've seen pictures of them and spoke with people who said that when you walk into it, you know, something happens. It's like you could just feel this. And when I was doing a bit of research about these sacred buildings and religious buildings, that was actually the definition they said. That, I'm just going to get this here where it says that the purpose, I can find my purpose, that the purpose of these spaces is to create a sense of transcendence, being connected to something greater than oneself. So they're aware that that's what beauty does. It takes us out of our intellect, out of our minds, into another state. A state where we can be filled, inspired, opened. And so these sacred sites, these buildings, though they are a building, there is an intentionality in how they've put it together so that when you walk into it and you be in it, you can open in a way that perhaps your intellectual mind wasn't going to go to. And when I was looking, I came across the Lotus Temple. And some of you may be aware of that. It's quite new in the history of sacred sites or buildings that have been built. It is in New Delhi, and the Lotus Temple is built by the Baha'i faith. And I had a picture, though we kind of didn't get our things connected, so we didn't quite see it. So go and have a look at it. It is built like the leaves of a lotus. And when you walk into it, each of those leaves of the building is designed to evoke and immerse you in the divine, in spirit, in love, and light. But what touched me most when I was reading about the temple, Lotus Temple, is that it is encouraged that no matter what background you have, what spiritual path you're on or religion that you follow, to go into it and speak those words. How fabulous is that? Because the Baha'i believe in oneness, just like unity does. And so they actually encourage that if you are Hindu, go in and chant that. Whatever it is to do that. And to me, that is beauty. That is beauty of the human spirit coming together to ignite each other and inspire each other and to use something for the greater good. We also know that beauty comes through sound. We just heard that with Doug's song and the music of the band. It's a multi-sensory experience. When we hear certain chords, the way music's put together, certain instruments, something happens to us, doesn't it? And we kind of go into the state where we experience it. It is an experience, an immersion, or it invokes. I think it invokes the divine. I think it's a reminder that we're not alone, that Spirit is with us, and flowing through us in the forms of creativity and beauty. As people, when we decide to, or open to making something, is it not often an inspiration that comes from within? Where does the sculptor suddenly move their hands in a way that creates this beautiful sculpture or painting, or the music like that was coming through Doug and Anthony and all the people in our worlds who create beautiful music, like Vivian, and our voices. And I think that if we're aware of it, that we can use it more in our lives. So being around things of beauty in your home, in your life, can be very energizing, uplifting, and supportive to us. A couple of times here at Unity, we have had the crystal bowls. Who's experienced the crystal bowls? Yeah, aren't they something? The sound is so delicate and etheric and electric that it moves through our nervous system and our hearts in ways that brings a softening, a peace, an opening, a calming, whatever it is that we need at that time. And I think it's just one of the many ways that God reaches out and touches our lives. And what's great is there is no shortage of beauty or beautiful moments in our world. But we have minds, and they are busy. And we have challenges, and relationships, and issues, and upsets. And it's easy to get wrapped up in all of that, and all the doing. And so, what if you could use beauty to help sort you out of that? Because when we get into it, that kind of thinking and way of being, it's heavy, right? It has a heaviness and a density to it. So what I invite you to do is think about using beauty as a way to lift you back up into the essence of who we are. Spend a quiet moment closing your eyes and going inward and imagining one of those beautiful places you have been. Or a beautiful moment in time with another person when you felt their heart and your heart connect. We can always go there. We can use our mind to create moments of beauty and peace. We can also turn on music. Music that you know speaks to you. Each of us have different music that we resonate to, and lyrics that mean something to you. Use that. Use it in your life. Do that. Or just get up off of the couch and go outside. No matter the season, there is beauty there. Even the stark trees, as without their leaves, have a certain beauty against the sky, don't they? And the little squirrels running around looking for nuts. It doesn't take long to shift your energy in nature. Spending time in nature is probably one of the easiest ways to experience a shift in our energy, a shift in how we feel. And it's a good thing to remember. Just get out, step out, be in that flow of beauty. Whoop! Don't get to my leash. I was just thinking and when we do that, there's this aware of that here at Unity. We know to practice our meditations, our readings, but sometimes just doing something quickly, just to change the energy, step outside, turn on the music, do something to lift yourself up and to be in the presence and the vibration of beauty, because it is a very distinct and real thing of beauty. And coming here, being in spiritual community, is also a way to fill up, to open up, to fill up, to lighten up, and quite frankly, to love up. For when we go into that, doing something for someone else, offering them something of beauty, a kind word, expression, or wear something colorful. I know this morning I thought, oh, I had this dress I got while I was down visiting Doug's family, and I thought, oh, I'll wear it. It was navy, and I got it, I put on. Meh! This was not what I needed this morning, right? I go and I need something of beauty. This, is it not gorgeous? Beautiful native art. God, it's exquisite, right? Something that's simple. When you wear it, when I wear it, I feel the energy of it. When other people look at it, you do. So we can be that for others. And of course, as Doug spoke about, the greatest beauty of all is being our authentic selves. Because authenticity is so inspiring. It moves you when you feel like someone, even if they're sharing something tragic or hard or sad, if it's authentic, there's beauty in it. There is beauty in hard things. Like Anthony's song said, there is beauty everywhere. Taking time for it each and every day, I think is a beautiful, I use the word beautiful, but it is a beautiful practice. I was going to say, a way to take you into that state of mind, to allow Spirit to use you, experience you, immerse you. And if you're able to travel to these various beautiful things, we live near the mountains, the water, the river, the backyard, and of course, animals are a great source of beauty. There is no shortage. So I hope that this just is a little reminder of the audience. I'm sure nothing I've said here is particularly new. But just to remind us sometimes that God is simple. Love is simple. Focusing our minds on things that allow us to expand and express our essence, to do creative things, and to know that who you are and how you are matters in the world. Makes all the difference. So thank you. So now we're going to go into a meditation. So for those of you who haven't been to Unity before, the way we do our meditation is that Anthony will lead us in singing this kind of meditative chant. I don't know, to create a moment of beauty, shall we say. And then we'll do a guided meditation together, and then once again, we'll sing this on the other end. So just closing your, well, actually, you gotta keep your eyes open first, I guess, so you can sing.
I am
Mother Earth. Letting it sink down, down, down. And imagining that as this happens, all the busyness, all the upset goes round and round in our minds, that we could just let it go. Just for this time together, even that would be a blessing. Allowing it to melt down in, I release, I let go. Breathing in and out. Begin now to draw the energy of Mother Earth up through your feet and your legs, right up through your body. Bring it all the way up. To your heart. I'm resting there. Just checking in with your heart. How are you feeling today? What kind of nurturing and love does your heart need? And just knowing that how you feel is okay in this moment. Just include it in this experience. Bringing your awareness now to your breath. Imagine that you could breathe in, not only through your lungs, but through your heart. Breathing in peace. Breathing in beauty. And now, go to a moment in time where you experienced great beauty. Perhaps it was a scene in nature. Maybe it was a piece of art, a beautiful concert. Be in that moment. Use the power of your imagination to bring it back to mind. Allow your body to become part of that memory. What was it like? Was there a feeling of awe, or reverence, of expansion, of lightness? What would be the words you would use? Allow yourself to be immersed. Breathing it in. Allowing yourself to feel the presence, the energy, the vibe of beauty moving through your whole body. And then bring your awareness to above your head. And imagine, if you will, a brilliant white light. The most magnificent, glowing expression of light you've ever seen. See it, sense it, imagine it. For this this light, this love to shine down on the top of your head, like the warmth of the sun. Allow it to bring a blessing, to feel warmth, the comfort, the magnificent vibration. Allow it to come down around you and immerse you and fill you. To touch the very essence of you. To inspire you to share your beauty with the world. We are all expressions of this. Breathe this in. Rest into it. Rest into the silence of knowing this. Taking a moment to be thankful. Thankful that we have the ability to experience beauty at any time, in any place. To use our will, to use our inner strength and love. We know this to be so, and so it is.
Thank you, Dina. Thank you, Katie. That was an awesome talk and tremendous meditation as well. So I'm going to bring the energy up a little bit here. This next one is a little bit of a pirate song. So it's sort of like a yo ho ho with a bottle of rum, but I took out the rum and I put some unity in there. It's a bit of in a Celtic tradition. So the song cycles through twice. So it's okay. I'm not losing it. You can hear it twice. And it's called Beautiful Melody Lane. And basically it's about where music can take you. So it's how music transports people. And again, in the Celtic tradition, there were a lot of people that were sailors that were gone for long periods of time. So a lot of the music, even though it was sort of a bit up-tempo, there was a sadness to it because they were away from home. And it was their way of trying to deal with that. So there are little sprinkles of those elements in here. And again, it's called Beautiful Melody Lane.